Hello, and welcome to the Light Institute of Galisteo, our Sunday meditation, and the beautiful Sanctuary of Light. For those of you who are joining us in these meditations for the first time, we divide our meditation into 3 parts. In the first part, we ask our divine higher self. Your higher self is your own inner voice. It's the intuitive essence of your soul. You'll ask it to take form, to touch your body, to align you to that energy, so that as you meditate, you are meditating as your own higher self. Then I'll make a little sound so you can push a button, and then you can sit in meditation in that first part with your higher self for as long as you like. When you're ready, you push the button again, and the second part of our meditation is the practice of light, in which we imagine that we're drawing beautiful white light from the cosmos down through the top of your head, down into your stomach, your solar plexus. And from there we laser that light out. It's wonderful to imagine that you're lasering it out across the entire planet, back up into the sky and back up into the cosmos. And you can do that with your breath, breathing in and exhaling the light, and just continue to do that for that second part, and it will deepen your meditation, and it will expand your auric field and your presence in this world. Another And in the third part of the meditation, people send messages saying, could we meditate in this or this to support the world? And the conversation for our third part today is about sending light to all of humanity so that we can see that we are the same, that we can come together, because we have been so separate and we keep finding the reasons that we are different or separate. And so as we send light to humanity, we'll ask humanity what frequency of light, what color it needs from you, in order to begin to perceive how important it is, how wonderful, how sacred it is for us to come together and to see each other in the light of our togetherness, our oneness. So if you're ready, close your eyes. We'll begin with our breath. Breathe in through your nose. And now exhale very slowly through your mouth. As you exhale, you're slowing down your brain into a meditative state. Once again, breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And now, ask your higher self, the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, to take a form for you. It could be a light or a being, a tree, an animal, an equation. Ask it to take form now. And ask your higher self to touch your body where you hold your own divine essence at this moment. Just imagine that touch anywhere on your body. And as you perceive that touch, focus your consciousness into that place and breathe in the touch of your higher self. And then imagine that you're drawing your higher self in through that point into your body, so that you can sit in meditation as your higher self. Om. Breathe deeply into your body. And reach up into the cosmos and imagine that you are gathering a beautiful beam of pure white light, and laser it down through the top of your head and down into your stomach, your solar plexus, and laser that white light from you out across the planet and back into the sky, so that you're stretching out your presence and you're becoming this light. It is the essence of all that exists. Again, draw the white light down and exhale it out through your solar plexus. And continue to do that. Take a deep breath into your body and bring all of humanity into your mind's eye. Imagine all of the races, all of the cultures, all of the 7-point-something beings on the planet. All of them into your mind's eye. And ask humanity what frequency of light it needs from you to begin to perceive the purpose and the divine source of our oneness. That we all are here on the planet at this time to be together, to meld and to acknowledge, trust, and love each other. See what color humanity asks for from you in order to begin to awaken to that kind of togetherness, that oneness, that kind of higher consciousness. Take the first color that comes into your consciousness. And again, reach up into the cosmos and pull exactly that color from the cosmos down through the top of your head and laser that color out directly to humanity. And just imagine that humanity is breathing in, drawing in that frequency of light from you as it awakens humanity and brings us all into a place where we can acknowledge each other and embrace each other. Just continue to do that, sending that light until you feel a shift, that kind of awareness, consciousness, opening in humanity to begin to come together. And take a deep breath into your body and open your eyes. Thank you for joining us in that meditation and joining each other. We do have a second part of our togetherness here. It's called Knowings, and people from around the world send in questions, conversations that they would like for us to explore and address in order to uplift everyone who is participating. And so Allison will tell us the questions that came for this week.
The first question came from New York in the USA. Oh, Chris, how do you respond to someone who has been rude to you without creating negative karma with them? Yesterday, someone was very rude to me, and I responded calmly with something that I thought was appropriately called for. But now, I can't stop thinking of all the other things I could have said, and I'm more irritated than I was then. And the worst part is that I still feel engaged with him. Why can I not let this go?
Oh dear, this is something that is echoed around the world. It happens because our emotional body, the ego self, as part of its purpose is to defend its construct of who you are. And so if it's challenged by someone insulting it, it goes to war. And if you sort of quiet that and try to come to a higher octave and extend something, the emotional body will always, because it's not in time, it's just in the energetic experience, will continue to repeat it, what I should have said, and if I had said that. And it's all about the winning. The emotional body wants to feel that it wins because it is defending what it perceives as something that could be life and death even though it's just a little argument, it's not something that's really life and death for you. But your emotional body may perceive it in that way. And so it harms you to keep going over it, because whatever you said was what was there at that moment. And as you're bringing up, so important for us all is how do we let go rather than continue that who's going to win the argument, who's going to win the war so that we survive. This is not a time about survival on the planet. This is about evolution. We have survived many incarnations of the soul. It's not that. It's a higher octave that needs to come as we use our experiences to illuminate us. So this is what I would suggest. I have found, first of all, that when someone is mean to you, when they insult you, when they do anything that is not loving or kind to you, my higher self has taught me to consider the very real possibility that I have hurt them in some way, by unconsciously, by something in my presence that causes an association, because the emotional body functions through association. So they may not even be attacking me, they're attacking something that's inside them, a repertoire of their own. But more importantly, to see it as, I must have done something in some lifetime to cause this kind of fight or flight with this person. I'm the one that can correct it. And the way I do that is by bringing them into my mind's eye, asking them what frequency of light, because everything is made of light. It's the cosmic language of communication. What color they need from me to be released from this exchange, from this entanglement. And then I draw that color from the cosmos down and I extend it to them. And when I do, I know that I have completed my part. I have rebalanced whatever I might have done in this lifetime, another lifetime that I'm not aware of. I have reached out with illumination and consciousness to rebalance it. Therefore, I am free and they are free. So let's just do that exercise very quickly for a moment so that you can experience it. It is one of the best teachings I have ever received. And so if you begin to practice that, you will notice how quickly you get over letting somebody else be so powerful as to interrupt your thoughts or your feelings or your own process. Close your eyes and you can think of this person and all of the rest of us. Just ask your higher self, who do you need to send light to at this moment to again release any imbalance or disconnect that you have. Just see who pops into your consciousness. Now bring them into your mind's eye, imagine them, and ask them what color they need from you to be released from this struggle between you. And they have to choose. So just listen. You might hear the color or feel it or see it. Whatever you get now. Again, you don't take it from yourself. You reach up into the cosmos because this is something bigger than individuation, and draw that beautiful light that you got from them down through the top of your head and into your solar plexus and laser that light out to them. Notice where they take it into their body and just feel as if that color is streaming through you and into them until you feel a shift. They may disappear, or they may turn towards you, or they may smile, or they may get bigger. But just send the light until you feel some shifting. And as you feel that shifting, just in your consciousness, imagine, I'm letting it go. I let them go from this level. And take a deep breath. Open your eyes. You are here for so much more than the daily struggles with honorable opponents. And so this is the way that you remove them and you go on. And it gives you the power to be an illuminated being of light by choosing to say, I will give back, I will rebalance, and I will do it through the most powerful energy there is, which is light. Blessings, New York. Alison.
The second question is from London, England. Dear Chris Griscom, What is the best food or drink for lifting the spirits when someone is down? Something that doesn't create a crash, like sugar, caffeine, or alcohol. I know you must know you seem to always be happy. I'd like to have a bit of that.
You'd like to have a bit of that. Oh, that is in you. It is in you. It's sometimes that in our daily life we just forget that the inner child in us, that our higher self, that our deepest essence is basically happiness. And so one of the things that I wrote in a book that I hope I will present to the world this year, which is called Potential Body. In one of the chapters I talk about how I discovered that every night when I close my eyes, and I love to go to bed because it's like my time to breathe and to expand into the cosmos and to rest and all of that. I found that I was feeling, I'm happy. So encouraging your consciousness to say, I'm happy, is a wonderful way to do that, to uplift yourself, as well as using the power of your consciousness to see what makes you happy. Maybe there's a color that you see, or you're looking at a tree, or you hear someone's voice. There are 1,000 ways in every moment of my life that something tickles me, that it pleases me, that makes me happy. And so when you begin to focus on that which brings you joy, then you become that. You don't have to try. You become that. And the beauty of that is it oozes out of you and it makes other people happy. But of course, there are things you can eat and things that you can do. Along with that consciousness thing, the second thing would be move your body. When you pump your body, when you exercise it stimulates your blood. That refreshes all of your cells in your brain, and it facilitates a sense of accomplishment, of relaxation that brings you into that corridor, that beautiful passageway of happiness and light. There are amino acids that bring about that. One of them is tryptophan, and you can find it in various foods. You can look that up on the internet because it's all there's so many stories to that. But the next and most important secret that I would give you about happiness, uplifting your spirit so you're not depressed, changing your mood, would be that the two neurotransmitters in our brains that have to do with a sense of happiness and safety are L-DOPA and serotonin. And these neurotransmitters actually are created in the intestines. And so you want to be aware of what you're eating. So I love that you said that. What do you eat that makes that? You want to ask your body what it wants to eat so that it can use the food that you eat to stimulate the production of tryptophan and of course, which tryptophan becomes serotonin or L-DOPA in your body. And at my Nijoni school, I often would receive people who were depressed or certainly children and students, teenagers. And I would say, I will receive your child, but only if you will begin to give them amino acids that helps them digest, and if you will give them blue-green algae or any of the spirulinas or algae, because there's something so pristine, because that's where we come from. So the body aligns to that. But very often, the irritation, the anxiety, the restlessness, or the depression that we feel is coming because we're not digesting. And another point on that is that we have discovered that depression, for example, is often caused by lack of oxygen. And in this world today, if you live in a city, you may be suffering from lack of oxygen and not know it. What happens when we don't have enough oxygen is that our cells become anxious. So we feel this undefinable restlessness or tiredness or anxiety, and we can't pin it on something. So if you begin, again, exercise, breathing exercises, things that will up the oxygen levels in your body, you will find that you will suddenly feel lighter and happier. It's not hard. All you have to do is to, what you did do, is to focus on, I'll have a bit of that. I'll have a bit of happiness. It belongs to you. It's always been inside you. One last thing that I would suggest, because you're talking about something that's so prevalent in the world, this need for happiness, this longing that's occurring, is simply to find that inside you. So you could say to your body, where am I holding happiness in me? And I haven't touched it, I haven't connected to it. And imagine a place in your body, as we were doing in meditation earlier. Find that place in your body. You might see the place or hear it or feel it and go there. Here's the place of happiness in my body. And just imagine, maybe it tickles, maybe it makes you smile, maybe it feels like puffs of color. However you perceive it, go into that place of happiness and then imagine that you're commanding it to be released from that place and flow through your body. And then, very importantly, send it out through your auric field and send it out into the world. When you smile, it makes other people smile. When you are happy, other people will be happy. And that is very much part of the purpose of this embodiment. Be happy. It belongs to you. Alison.
The last question is from Rekjavik, Iceland.
Oh, Iceland. I love you, Iceland.
Miss Griscom, I heard you give a talk one time, and I've always remembered something you said. Never wait. I would appreciate hearing you speak about this in more detail. I love the sense of freedom this has given me. Your words were a true gift. With respect, from Iceland. And it would be wonderful for you to return to our country.
I would love to. Invite me back. Oh, that is so great. When we have our Nijoni courses at the Light Institutes, one of the first things that I would always work on with students, which is never wait. Because when you're waiting, you have turned over your power, your strength, your sense of self, and you're waiting for the world outside you to bring that back to you, to define you. And so you're not using life. Having had 6 near-death experiences, one of the great teachings that have come to me every time passing the veil and coming back has been this message from my own higher self. Use life. So waiting is not losing life, using life. Waiting is losing. Waiting is suspended animation. And so you don't want to waste that. And the way you can do that is to look around. Someone hasn't called or someone hasn't arrived or you didn't get someplace. What is happening at this moment that you can give to the world? The giver has the power. The giver sets the ripple of energies around you and out into the world. So if you're waiting for someone, come on, look around. Maybe you want to send energy to someone around you, or you are looking at an animal or a flower or a tree, and you engage your consciousness in whatever is around you, giving off energies into the world, receiving beauty, finding that place of peacefulness, because whatever is going to happen will happen, and it will happen at the right moment. So often we are running after our lives, and then they don't call, or it doesn't happen, or you have to wait for the results. No, you don't. Even if it's results in terms of your body, believe me, your body knows if it has a problem or not, and it also knows how to solve it. And so all you have to do is turn inside and say, body, what would you like right now? Or what do you need from me at this moment? A frequency of light. You want me to exercise, you want me to sing, whatever it is. Take it back into you so that every moment is delicious for you. Every moment teaches you and it segues you into the next and the next and the next as you move around that hologram of the spiral of evolution and the passage of life. Great love to you.